So I want to play this clip, y'all, and y'all definitely let me know what y'all think in the chat, baby, because this just caught me by surprise. But hit the like button as I play this.
A new statue in Times Square we're told, turning heads. It's making people not only stop and stare, but also reflect. A rare feat in the middle of one of the busiest places in the world. Zinnia Maldonado shows us why.
At 12 feet tall, in the middle of Times Square, stands a bronze sculpture of a young woman.
It's instantly stood out. It's powerful.
It's so tall and big.
The sculpture, created by artist Thomas Price, was unveiled at Duffy Square last week, and in just a matter of days, it has stopped hundreds in their tracks. Who is she? Well, technically, she's whoever you want her to be.
Me being a plus-size black woman, I kind of looking at it was like, oh, I wonder what me as a small child would have thought looking at something like that. Representation.
The piece is part of a series called Grounded in the Stars, which Gene Cooney, director of Times Square Art, says confronts preconceived notions of identity and representation.
To have this work here is making a statement, potentially asking questions about what we value as a city, as a society, and hopefully it's a tribute to our shared humanity.
So it's something that's supposed to, what did she say? Show value and something about stereotypes. Look at this picture, right? And I'm not even trying to be mean. This is a 12-foot statue of a big black woman. She's a little, overweight. She's standing there with her hands on her hips, like an attitude, like, they like to portray black women to be. But what about this shows, debunks the stereotypes of black women? What about her standing there alone debunks any stereotypes of this woman? It actually kind of perpetuates the stereotype that's already out there when it comes to black women. She's by herself. She's standing with an attitude. She's not even dressed in a nice feminine way. It looks very masculine. She's big. And she looks like a worn out, obese working black woman. And we got to assume that she's single because there's no husband there. There's no, there's nothing else. I would think that if you're really trying to show something other than the stereotype that is negatively out there or portrayed of black women, you would have put maybe a statue of an entire family. I think you would start there. Of a woman who's dressed very feminine, a feminine woman who looks nice and happy, and she has a husband and she has 2 kids maybe. Because, I always see, you know how you've seen pictures of, like you go take photos, right? We've taken family photos, at Target at some point, or wherever you go to take your family photos. When they're promoting the family photos, what do you see? When you see the non-melanated family, the white family, there's a wife, there's a husband, and maybe 2 kids hugging, and the kids are sitting in front and the husband is there. When they show the pictures of the black family, it's always the woman and maybe 2 or 3 kids. There's never a father. So we already see these stereotypes out there, and that is what's been portrayed, as if there aren't any husbands and wives in the black community and full families in the black community. We know there are, but the single mother is always at the forefront of all of this. So what is this statue going to do? A big bronze statue of a tough looking, obese, overweight black woman with her hands on her hips, looking mad, like she about to cuss you out. How is this going to destroy any negative stereotypes about black women? How is this going to do it? Even my daughter was like, what's the point of this? What's the point of the statue being there? And then people are walking around thinking that this is something, a flex. I don't think so. Let's continue though.
Tourists and New Yorkers we spoke with expressed different interpretations of what she represents to them.
It's a plus-size woman. I'm a plus-size man. I'm African-American. It's an African-American woman statue. So just seeing another piece for me to stop and just have a moment with was very powerful.
If you look at the eyes, it's looking straight at something. It's focused. It's purposeful.
The sculpture proves to be a well-liked juxtaposition placed among the more traditional statues in Times Square, which is the goal, according to officials, of placing said artwork in such a significant area.
Coming from a person of color background as well, it's really nice to see something come across as like this everyday person that looks a little bit out of place but I also think that's because of where we are standing. It might not look out of place if everything in our surrounding reflected everyday life more to us.
From Times Square, Zinnia Maldonado, CBS News, New York.
But everyday life for who? Like, is she the representation for every woman of color or everybody? No, it's not. But I just, I don't think this is a good look at all. I really look at it as more like a slap in the face. Like, this is what you, but at the same time, can we really be mad about it? Am I really mad about it when, a lot of it is true? I don't like it. I don't agree with it. I don't think it should be up there. And I don't think it's the best representation of all of us. I think, the good have to suffer for the bad. You got to go with what's out there because that's what's in the forefront. And that's what people all over the world look at us and think of us as a whole. Black women are aggressive. Black women are angry. They got attitudes and they ready to fight and they just look manly and they ain't got no man and they all single mothers. That's how we're looked at. And a lot of it is true. So you can't really get mad at it. But a lot of these people walk around and think that this is a flex. Oh, we got a big black woman on Times Square, baby. We lit. No, you looking like a damn buffoon. That's what it looks like. Because you could have took any woman like that and placed up there with a more classier look. Just, there's so much else that could have been done. Put this woman up here look like she just got off a hard days of work with these hard, look like dicky pants, man pants, standing up here with an attitude like, who gonna check me, boo? It's like, come on now. That's all. That's the best y'all could do. It is a mockery. It definitely is a mockery. And it's done on purpose. It's a purposeful thing the way they put this stuff out here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a certain look you want to keep portraying. You want to keep perpetuating this idea of this is what black women are. This is what black men are. This is why we had that whole thing of all black men are deadbeats and they don't take care of their kids. Ran with that for years. So that's it's a concerted effort to deliberately put this type of stereotype out there when there are others who don't fit that narrative whatsoever. But let's not focus on that. Let's just focus on the worst in the communities and let's just make it seem like that's everybody. And I don't like that at all. But you got a lot of women out here feeling happy and proud, got they big chest out like, we doing something, baby. We just go down to Times Square. We can see the big black woman that represents us. And there are some women who don't rock with that and they don't agree with that. And there are a lot of women who saying this is a hot mess. So every black woman is not for this, but I know there are some who are. I don't see the point of it. And if you was gonna go through all of that to make a big statue, 12 foot, what's it say, 12 foot ish of a black woman, it could have been such a classier look, but that wouldn't, in the minds of these people who do this, that wouldn't really, don't think that would represent the majority of black women. So they went with what they thought is the representation of most black women. This is how they look. They're obese. They dress like a man. They look mad, attitude, and what you gonna do? That's what that is.